Jack. I'm going to walk you through my stamp exercise, my routine that I've kind of developed over time. It's something I do almost daily, and I find it very helpful. As I go through it, I'll be resting as I should and giving you some of the comments that and tips that I've developed over the almost 30 years that I've been doing this. My routine will take me from third space C down to pedal C and up to high G. You can go higher, but I don't really need to, nor do I want to, and that seems to serve my needs very well. Yeah. This, of course, begins with the famous alternative warm-ups number 3B from the stamp book. Everyone should have their stamp book. It's one of the most remarkable pieces of trumpet pedagogy out there, certainly one of the most innovative of the 20th century, and you should not be without it. As you descend down, getting closer and closer to the pedal register, you might want to add a third in the gap of the fifth, of the dropped fifth. Ba-da, ba-doo-da. That allows you to move to the bottom note a little bit easier. I find that it helps students develop the coming pedal tones without any type of chop manipulation. I won't repeat any of the instructions that stamp gives. They're readily available and very valuable. My goal is to just make a nice warm sound and allow my air and tone to develop as I go through this. One of the things I tell my students, one of the first and most important things is do not breathe before or after a low note. Always wait for one of the higher notes. You can breathe where you need to, use the air freely, but don't breathe on what will end up being a pedal note because you'll end up manipulating your setting. The whole point of stamp is to be able to play a normal register note, move into the pedal register, and come back without adjusting. That becomes more and more important as you actually descend into the real pedal register. And this is the first time where it comes into play where we deal with the valves choices in the pedal register. I've over time come to the idea that it's easier to not move your valves. There's no point in moving your valves. in the pedal register. So I always play the pedal register note with the fingering of the normal register note that I leave and come back to. In this case, A, F, A. So I do that in every case. I hold on to the note, the third of each chord, and just slide down to the pedal note. So in this case on E, I'm going to go G sharp, E, G sharp. Doesn't matter what notes what fingerings you use in the pedal register. As you go lower, the idea you want to hang on to is to play everything with the embouchure setting from the first note. Don't manipulate your chops. Just drop your jaw, open up, let the note happen. Don't force it, open up. Oftentimes students have trouble with the D flat and especially the pedal C. They don't need to be forced. They'll come over time. A better pedal E flat, a better pedal D will make the D flat and the C better. They're not easy notes. They're not meant to be. Take your time, but just don't change your approach to get them. Continue what you're doing. Improve the quality of the pedal F, E, E flat, D, and the D flat and the C will eventually come. I play low F and D flat 1, 2, and 3. I just find it the easiest approach. I play the low E and the low C 1, 2, and 3 as well. So that's the end of page 3B in the stamp. On my next video, I'll start my extensions.